Every single day you have a choice where you put your focus, because whatever you put your focus on, growth. So your attention equals your energy. If you want to get somewhere in your life, you should understand one thing, that energy is sacred, and you can have unlimited amount of energy if you're doing what you love, if you schedule your day properly. But how do you do that? How do you understand where is my energy going? It's by being aware what you're doing throughout the day and writing it down or feeling it yourself. How do I feel when I do this? Does it add energy to my day or it drains my energy? Welcome to the Worthy Podcast, and I'm your host, Lalita C. If you're here, this is your sign to step into your worth, embrace your authenticity, and manifest your dream life. Your higher self is waiting. Let's transform your life together. Maybe it's time to start doing things because you love it, not because you have to. Realization comes when you understand how much energy you actually drain throughout the day that you could have used for your dreams, to create something that you love, to do something that you want and enjoy, instead of feeling like you are stuck. What I truly believe in life is that you will always make time for things that truly matter to you. I believe that in a relationship, if man truly loves you or interested in you, he will always make time, because in man and relationship, the biggest currency, it's his time and his money. If he invests that in you, that means he's taking care of you and he values that, he values you, and he will always find time for you, quality time. And that's my personal belief. You can have a different belief, but that's how I believe life is. Because if something is important for me, I'll find time for it. I will move things and shift things that are not my priorities. But in order to understand what my priority is and not, I need to have a goal in my life. What is my goal? I love to give this example with the plane. It's like you buying a ticket, you want to go to Maldives, for example, and you're packing your clothes specifically for that destination. It's nice, warm, chill, you're just going on a vacation to fully enjoy it. You know what to pack, you know what to expect, you got your ticket, you're going to sit in the plane, you're going to get to that destination because you have that destination and you bought the ticket. Now let's take an example where you don't know where you're heading. Like, you got a ticket, but you didn't look at the destination. You just assumed something and you're hoping to get somewhere. And you ended up being in Iceland. You're not ready for that weather. You didn't pack for it, and you're not happy because you were expecting Maldives. But the question for you now, if you didn't set your goal, your intention in life, how can you be upset that you're not where you wanted to be? Because if you have the goal and you have a destination, you know exactly what to do, you know exactly what to expect, and have an idea of the things that will be there. In life, if you do not set your specific goals or a specific goal, you won't be able to know what to prioritize in your life and what not to prioritize in your life. What is worth your energy now and what is not. And honestly, it was the same for me. I knew that I wanted to do something in social media, or I wanted to be in a certain field, but then I would accept every single thing that comes my way. And then I was like, oh, this is fun. Oh, this is interesting too. Oh, going out, sure, let's talk. And then I would be so busy, I wouldn't even have enough time to get into my house. I would get into my house, change, and leave again. And I just felt like I'm very productive. I'm doing so much and I'm meeting so many people and I'm networking. I'm being so busy. But that busy didn't bring me anywhere, because that busy was a fake busy. I would go out, but what's the point of that going out? What's the point of me meeting that person? It's nice to go out sometimes and have fun, but when it's constantly going out because that person wants to go out with you, it's not fine. It's not okay. Just going out because someone else wants to go out with you, it doesn't mean you have to. It doesn't mean you have to accept every offer. It doesn't mean you have to accept every job. It doesn't mean you have to go everywhere and do everything that they tell you to do. You won't have enough time for yourself. They asked me, what do you do for yourself throughout the day? How often do you do something for yourself? And I was like, well, I like reading. I like watching some stuff, like podcasts. I was like, okay, but what do you do for yourself? What do you do to show that you love yourself? I didn't know what to answer. I buy myself some flowers occasionally. I don't know. It made me question so many things because I thought that me time was me reading the books, learning something on social media, or posting, or doing some sessions and coaching with my clients and doing some studying. And I thought that that's me time. But that's not me time. I'm still learning. It's still something that requires my energy. And I didn't realize that I would constantly drain myself thinking that I have to be productive 24/7. I cannot just relax and allow myself to have a day that I wouldn't do much. And that made me question how many things I'm not noticing that I'm wasting my energy on. Just become aware of the things that you do throughout your day that drain your energy and ask if that is aligning with my goal and if that is bringing me closer to the goal or not. Because there's no middle ground. Like, you do that and you will see the results later on because it accumulates over time. So if you want to change something in your life, start looking around in the circle of people that you surround yourself with and see who drains your energy and who leaves you uplifted. That can be the first thing that you can start filtering out in your life and see, does that person makes me feel better about myself, or that person makes me gas myself even more? On social media, your friends, your family, it doesn't matter. Ask yourself, how can I surround myself with people that will help me to feel better, that will help me to understand myself more and add that energy into my life instead of draining it. It's important to understand that if you're surrounded by people with limiting beliefs or people that do not do anything in their life and they just holding you back with them, then you should change your circle. I'm not saying say bye to your friends just because they're not famous and rich, but if you want to become that, you should start surrounding yourself with people who know more than you, who achieved something in their life. Because if you're the smartest in a room, you're in the wrong room. You can drain a lot of energy by trying to save people around you and get them on the same level as you. But what about you? You're staying in the same level, you helping them to get to a certain level, but you're staying the same because you're wasting your energy on helping everyone else but yourself. Audit your vision, audit your circle of people, and protect your energy. Like yesterday, I was supposed to go to an event and I looked with the traffic, it would take me 50 minutes just to get there to Uber and then 50 minutes back. And then I would have to go there and do all of the, like, it was like boxing or something. And I asked myself, is it worth my energy? That Lolita a couple of months ago would say yes, because I already promised and it's already done and I have to show up. But this version of myself asked if it's worth my energy, if it's worth doing it for someone else just to make someone else happy. And I've decided not to go. I emailed and I apologized and they said, no worries at all. Thank you so much for letting us know. And it's not the end of the world. I ended up staying and recording some meditation. I ended up treating myself and cooking some food, and it was really lovely night because I decided to choose myself, and that energy I have right now I can put towards something else. If that doesn't resonate with me right now, I'm not gonna do it just for the sake of doing it. I can change my mind, still being responsible to see the level, if I'm organizing a brunch and then the last second is like, okay girls, I decided not to go. When you see if it's worth your energy and you put yourself first, you start seeing how life can actually be, and that you don't have to always be in that hustle life and always running. It disrupts and puts you into that fight or flight mode that I was in for such a long time. And then I was just like, I'm done being in that hustle culture, and I have to always go, go, go. I have to always achieve. I have to always do things. How about living a life from feminine and just let go, lean back, and accept that my reality can be calm and peaceful. I can still make even more money by being peaceful. That's the shift that you can make at any point of your life, understanding that whatever is going on in your life and you're so busy, you don't have time for anything you love or yourself, but you have money, then there's maybe a limiting belief that you think that success comes with hustle. It comes in the hard way. You have to work really hard to get the money that you have. I'm not saying that you're just sitting doing nothing and money comes to you, which by the way can happen too, but being more realistic and knowing that you still have to do inspired actions in your life, you understand that your energy is so sacred that you don't want to waste it on anything else. If you believe there's other realities that can happen, because people do live that, how do they live and manage family, life, kids, career? You don't have to choose. You can have it all in a balanced way. And yes, you have money, but then you're feeling like you're so drained and you're not fulfilled. But you can have money, be fulfilled, and do what you love. And you don't have to choose. That's the thing that I've realized recently, is that you always have a choice, but there's different choices to make. And that's why it's so important to talk to different people and see their perspectives and see how they operating their energy. What are they doing throughout the day? And it's been correlated, like doing the sport and moving your body with making money, because you're the vessel and you're moving that energy through your body. And that is something that you can do to help yourself increase that energy. But at first you have to remove the things that drain your energy. Where you're draining your energy is like even a fake smile, a yes that you said but you wanted to say no. Everything requires energy. Just imagine every fake smile you did, every time you said yes but wanted to say no, every time you agreed to come somewhere but then last minute you didn't want to go, you still forced yourself to go. It still requires a lot of energy. And thinking about your ex, job issues, thinking about your boss, and thinking about all of the problems, it all takes energy. And for example, if you have a dad, you can either put all of the energy towards the dad, that you have dad, that everything's so bad, or you can put the same energy towards, okay, I'm in this situation, how can I get out of it? What are the ways that I can make more money? Instead of thinking, I don't have money, how can I make money? They both require energy. And if you think something negative of someone, it still requires your energy. So think throughout the day, where you're wasting your energy on, what kind of projects and things that you do that do not help you but drain you. Your daily habits show your self-respect, because where you put your attention, where you spend your money, and what you do throughout the day shows your values and shows who you are, what you value, and what you prioritize in life. You should ask yourself if your actions are aligned with the version of you that already has everything that you want. How is that person acting throughout the day? What kind of decisions are they making? Are they draining their energy and leaking their energy towards someone that is not even worth a minute of your life? All of your time and energy to try to prove yourself to someone, to try to think what they are thinking about you, what they are doing, or why they didn't do something that you expected them to do. And it's all requiring energy, and they're feeding off that energy from you. I feel like one of the biggest energy draining things you can do to yourself is having a mask on. And we can talk about authenticity in the whole new episode, because I believe that authenticity is so underrated. These days, people put masks on, including me sometimes, right? Like you just trying to get through the day sometimes and you have such a bad day, you don't want to put it on others. But when you created like a persona and then you're trying to be like that person and act like that person all the time, but it's not you, and you're surrounded by people like that, you're surrounded by your partner, and you just feel like you have to fake it all the time or be someone else to be loved because you don't feel you're worthy just being loved who you are. And until you choose alignment over approval, you will keep wasting that energy. It's just so draining to be someone that you're not. Be someone else because you don't feel safe being yourself. And you go on social media and there's so many people that watching you, and what if you'll say a wrong thing? What if your hair is not perfect? It's like those kind of things that drain your energy. Take, for example, rich people. Some of them wear the same clothes all the time because they know their energy is so sacred. They don't want to waste it on deciding what to wear today. And they'll have white shirts or black shirts and some basic pants. That's it. They know it's important to put that energy somewhere else and create something else. That's why it's so important to delegate. What are the things that you can delegate right now that you're doing yourself that can make your life easier? I've been doing this for so many years and sabotaging because there's many reasons why you do it. One of the main reasons is you are afraid of your own potential or putting the energy somewhere that you think will truly benefit you, and then you have to get out of the comfort zone, change your job because this job is draining you, but you would much rather not see it and ignore it. Instead of facing the fear and seeing the growth, you just keep doing something else. And I've been stuck in that energy for so many years, and it's so draining to come home and just exist, not live. I realized that every single time when I am not choosing myself, my life is just going, it feels like hell, honestly. When I'm not choosing myself, I'm choosing someone else over me. I'm draining my energy because that's how the system taught us. No matter what kind of job you're doing, if you're not choosing yourself, it's not going to be beneficial for you in the long term. It's not that instant gratification that you need. It's that delayed gratification that, okay, I'm choosing myself today and I'm starting from small. For example, in the places that I would usually say yes to every single collaboration that comes my way, I started saying, would that thing bring me closer to what I want, or is that something that I shouldn't do or my high self wouldn't do? And I realized that I've created so much more time and space for myself and cleared out the things that drain me. I feel more alive, and I'm getting out of that fight or flight mode, which your feminine cannot exist in, because when you're in fight or flight, you cannot slow down or feel like you can do something for yourself and take care of yourself, make sure your bills are paid at the end of the month, and that's your only worry. But life is so much more than that, and you can start living from that abundance. I feel like the good girl syndrome kicks in, being good to everybody, making sure everyone is safe around you and making sure everyone is comfortable. But what about you? Do you feel like you have enough energy to make everyone happy? What I've noticed drains the most of my energy right now is me sitting at home and not moving, because then I get to overthinking and I cannot focus on what I need to focus. A lot of self-doubt can creep in because I'm not moving my body and I'm isolating myself. That drains my energy. I need communication with people. I need to go out. I need to move my body so I can get that energy and that energy exchange. I've been scrolling more than I would usually do or want, and I've spent so much time on my phone because of work and everything else. But I realized that there should always be that balance between me not using my phone and giving myself a bit of that space because it drains my energy so much. I just want to absorb a lot of information at the same time. And I'm watching YouTube, podcasts, on social media, some quotes, and it takes a lot of my energy, and I feel like I don't have enough to create because I'm absorbing so much. The other thing that drains my energy is not grounding my ideas. It's like I have an idea in my mind, but I'm not doing anything about it, and I'm just thinking about it. And it takes up so much energy just to think about that idea instead of actually doing it, if that makes sense. And how many things that you said you're gonna do, but you haven't done yet. And guess what? It still drains your energy. The ideas that you didn't do, the work that you didn't finish, the pictures that you didn't delete, it's all in your energetic field and it's all around you. Not making decision right away and not grounding your energy can be very draining. Look throughout your day, start noticing things that do not make you feel good, that make you feel very drained, and what can you do about it to change it? How can you add things that make you feel better? The contrary of that is understanding what makes you happy, what brings you joy. When was the last time that you felt true joy and happiness and love in your life? Go ahead and give it to yourself, prioritizing yourself, doing it from the overflow, and then people will want to be around you. I hope you guys will look into this episode as a sign for you to start understanding where you're putting your energy and your focus on, and see if that aligns with the goal that you want in life, with the things that you want to achieve. Because if you feel like you don't have enough time for your dreams, that means you're doing something wrong. You're focusing on something else and sabotaging yourself, because if it truly matters to you and you aligned, you will always find time for that, and you will even have more time for yourself. It's a decision and it's a choice. Go through your schedule and see what kind of things you can remove or add or balance out that will help you to get yourself closer to the goal and have enough energy to actually achieve it. So one tool that I'm going to give you that's going to help you get your energy back or see how to filter it out in your life so it aligns with you, it's called embodiment. So you're going to embody that version of yourself that already has what you want in your life. And you can use ChatGPT. For example, let's take someone wants to be a chef, right? Like you want to work in a fancy restaurant, or you want to open your own business. Go to ChatGPT and say, okay, I'm working right now at the restaurant, but I want to be a private chef. What would that version of me, being a private chef, having that business, what does his day look like? What kind of things does he believe in? What kind of things he stopped doing? And what is his focus? And just asking how that version of you reacts, and what kind of beliefs does that person have? What kind of things do they do throughout the day? And realizing that you should start doing it today. Every time you do something, ask yourself, what would that version of me would do in this situation? Would they do this, or would they save their energy and do something else instead? Just asking those things and seeing what kind of things that version of you no longer does, or does, that you can start doing today. Do not think that version of you somewhere in the future. You can quantum leap and attract that reality to yourself by starting being that person and acting as that person and having the habits as that person, and then you'll start attracting that reality towards yourself. But it's a matter of becoming aware and use this technology, this amazing technology, and use ChatGPT to ask how to figure out what kind of things drain my energy throughout the day, and ask to guide you, to ask you certain questions, to show you the things that drain your energy that you didn't even think of. That will help you to see, and what kind of things can you do, or how can you stop draining your energy throughout the day, give you some ideas, and see what specifically works for you. Tell you a lot of things, but understand what your body needs, what you need, what makes you happy, what drains your energy. I love going out. being around people doesn't drain my energy. For others, it's like a torture. See what kind of things drain your energy, why, and how can you make it more balanced so it doesn't drain you as much. That will help you to see a lot of things and shine the light towards it. You will be able to get a lot of energy that you didn't even know you have, just because you removed some things and you switched couple of things in your life, and it can be life-changing. I hope you guys loved this episode and you took something that you needed, because I believe that every single time you come here, you hear exactly what you need to hear right now. I believe that if you saw this video, it means you need to make this shift and get some help, shine a bit of light towards the things that drain you, or how to align with your goals. So maybe because you're wasting your energy, you don't have in your life what you want to have. Prioritizing your energy and knowing that your energy is so sacred that it's not just something that you should take lightly, but knowing that people should be aware of how it is valuable to be around you, and that not everybody can have access towards you. And it's not putting yourself higher or talking from an ego point, but you should protect your energy in the way of knowing that you can use it towards building your life rather than building someone else's and helping everyone else without leaving anything for yourself. I hope that helped you to understand things and realize things. Usually I do it once a month, looking into my month to see what kind of things drained me, what helped me, what things I should improve, and I can feel the shift. That's why I wanted to share with you, because I believe that anything that helps me can help someone else. Take whatever resonates and leave the rest for others. I love you guys. Stay grateful, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys for joining me on the Worthy Podcast. Keep shining, stay true, and remember, you are always worthy. Hit subscribe and join me on this journey, because your highest self is waiting. See you next time.